Straight eating it, shirt off, rubbing it on his body.
Hey, listen, the Cinderella story ends here, Texans. I'm sorry, man. The chariots turns back into the pumpkin. It struck midnight. Whatever you want to say, I think it ends here.
Today's show is brought to you by Cat Metro, Austin's transit system. We connect you to work, school, play, and everywhere in between. Plan your ride this weekend's game at catmetro.org. Well, my name is Kate Amon, and I'm here with...
I'm here, Graybill Silva. Finally back on the One of Those Sports Show. It's been a minute, a little rusty, but I can't wait to get into it today.
Gonna start us off?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into who's hot and who's not, our opening segment here today. My pick for who's hot is going to have to be the Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma has bounced back ever since their loss against Texas in the Red River rivalry game in Dallas. And I'll be honest, I wrote them off myself. I thought they were going to finish 5-7, 6-6, and here they are now beating Alabama in Tuscaloosa. So I'm going to have to say Oklahoma right now is pretty hot.
I'm going to go with basketball with the Pistons. They won their last 11 straight games. They're #1 in the Eastern Conference right now. Cade Cunningham back from injury. Before that, he was scoring over 40 points a game. Jalen Duren. I mean, this team is a great team. I mean, look at this. There, that was a great dunk. Can't see it by number 28.
All right, so let's move into who's not. For my pick for who's not, it's going to have to be the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have lost, I believe, 5 straight games ever since my good pal Justin Gooseman went and watched them in person on Monday night against the Bills. And he avoided eating some hot wings, but ever since then, the Falcons have been on a downward spiral, unfortunately. So, big aspirations for the Falcons this year, and now all of a sudden they are looking at what pick they could get, and they don't even have a first-round pick.
I was about to say that. Yeah, what do you think they're going to do?
I mean, they need to fire Raheem Morris, apparently. But, yeah, that's my choice for who's not right now, the Atlanta Falcons.
So I'm going to talk about Oscar Piastri in Formula One, who is not hot right now. To start off, he got first at Chinese, Brahim, Saudi Arabia, Miami, Spanish, and Belgium. He was first at Dutch, and then he lost the lead for first in the World Cup to his partner, Lando Norris. He DNF'd at Baku. He was 4th in Singapore, and then the past 3 races, he has gotten 5th place, U.S., Mexican, and Brazil. He's currently number 3 in the World Championship running right now. And he is just falling apart. I mean, everyone believed that he was going to win the World Cup. He's 22 years old. He's super young. He's 3rd-year racing. And now he's not even in the running anymore because his teammate Lando Norris got it. He's been sucking, and it's really sad to see.
Alrighty, that is up. All right, let's go to the next question. We're going to head into what's trending. So first question here in what's trending is we are in late November. Weather's starting to get cold, overcast outside. So, but we're in late November and there's still no clear Heisman Trophy favorite.
There's not at all.
So with that being said, Kate, who is your early favorite to win the award right now?
I think the obvious choice is Fernando Mendoza at Indiana. I mean, it's great, but I will say that that Julian Sayin, he's going to be my pick. I get that Fernando Mendoza is the top pick for Indiana, but I think Julian Sayin on OSU is going to have some more votes than we agree with. He's having to deal with the pressure like Arch Manning. He's the same age as Arch Manning, which I think a lot of people kind of go over, and he's having to deal with the pressure of his team winning last year. I agree with kind of the weak competition that he has, but I am going to put Sayin over Marcel any day of the week.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to go with Fernando Mendoza. I mean, Indiana is the story of college football this year. After last year, they kind of came out of nowhere, and then they got their doors blown off of them against Notre Dame in South Bend. And, Kirk Cincinnati, there you go, he brings in an experienced guy at quarterback. And, I mean, he's been doing the job. He has over 2,600 passing yards this year, 30 touchdowns. I mean, he has as many touchdowns this year as he had in the last 2 years combined.
Yeah.
So Fernando Mendoza, he's my front runner with the way he's been leading the team. Like you said, with Julian saying, he's surrounded by such a great team.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cheat code for saying right now. And Marcel Reed, I see right through you, Marcel Reed.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
We're not buying any Marcel Reed stock right now.
No.
So I'm going to have to go with Fernando Mendoza as my Heisman winner right now.
Yeah, and on Tuesday, Virginia Tech hired former Penn State head coach James Franklin to be their new head coach. What are you thinking about that, Grable?
I mean, me personally, I love this move. Like he does, if he does the same thing at Penn State, in Virginia Tech, they're gonna build him a statue.
Yeah.
Like the ACC is weak as we see right now. Like Miami's the highest ranked team, and they're not even in competition for the conference championship. And you get an auto bid if you win that. Franklin can definitely recruit in the DMV area, and he doesn't have to compete with Ohio State and Michigan anymore. You know, it's just him. You know, and the rest of the ACC, Miami, Clemson. Clemson's on a downward spiral. Miami's up in the air. So I really love this for the Hokies. I would love to see Enter Sandman with an actual competitive team week in and week out.
Yeah, I agree with you. One, firing him was absolutely awful. I truly don't understand the mood for that. There must have been some crazy back deal. I don't understand why he's done so great for Penn State. Yes, he had a bad season. Don't understand in my opinion. But I agree with you. Moving Franklin to stay up north, I don't think he could go to any SEC teams. And they were like, maybe LSU, but I didn't see it after him with Vanderbilt. He's known to rebuilding the teams. I really do think he is going to rebuild this this Virginia Tech team.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what James Franklin does. I still kind of believe in him. You know, he had a rough go in Penn State, but he had lofty expectations. But now that he's somewhere like Virginia Tech with not many expectations, can't wait to see what he does. But in other news in the head coaching carousel, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
He's been stirring the pot on Twitter and Instagram all week, hasn't he? With the possibility of him leaving Ole Miss. You know, apparently he's been spotted in the Baton Rouge airport and the Gainesville airports. You know, nobody just goes to those airports for fun. Trust me. So right now the Rebels sit at 10-1, including their win last week over Florida. One of the schools that Kiffin is kind of looking at, as we all know. But again, Lane Kiffin, he loves being in the spotlight. I mean, he's not a non-controversial guy. And, he doesn't stay away from the spotlight.
I think he's on ESPN more than any of the players.
Yeah. So, Kate, I'll ask you this. Will Lane stay or will he go?
I think he's staying. I truly don't believe he's going to be stupid enough to go to LSU. I mean, Ole Miss has to be paying him so much money. His daughter is at Ole Miss. She's going to be a senior next year. I don't see Lane Kiffin moving to LSU when they profit so much on their TikTok account with his daughter. His son's gonna come to Ole Miss. I mean, they has that culture. Ole Miss, it's got to be paying him so much money, and he's going to have to LSU's not a rebuild team per se, but he's definitely going to have to change some stuff up at LSU, and I think he's so comfortable at Ole Miss. He's got nothing to lose at Ole Miss. He's got nothing to gain at LSU, so I think he's staying at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I personally think he would be pretty stupid to leave.
Yeah.
You know, but he is Lane Kiffin, so he still might just do that.
Surprise us all.
Ole Miss, they've given him everything he wants. Like you said, he looks like he loves the culture there with how bought in they are, but I could still see him leaving to LSU or Florida because they're more passionate than Ole Miss fans. I mean, they played Washington State earlier this year, and the students barely showed up, and Lane Kiffin kind of took exception to that, you know, a little bit of slight digs at that. And let me tell you, being in the swamp, those people still showed up, and they're 3-7 right now. So I think Lane Kiffin would love something like that. But I mean, I love seeing some parity. It was finally fun seeing a team like Ole Miss, you know, in the spotlight right now as the number 6 team in the nation, I believe they are. So, you know, outside of an LSU, Bama, Florida, Georgia, it was finally nice seeing somebody like Ole Miss in the spotlight.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I hope he stays, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does take it for a big name job.
Yeah. I don't know. I really do think he'll stay, but that could be another topic. Do you think he'll come on Twitter and be like, well, if I'm moving, if he does move, how would he do it?
Man, that's a good question.
How would he do it?
I think he'll do one of those posts where he's outside of the swamp with the gator statue and just says spot the ball. Because he loves saying hashtag spot the ball.
Would you rather
so
go to LSU or the Gators?
I feel like he should go to Florida
Yeah.
because LSU's in a lot of turmoil right now. So I feel like Florida's a safer job
Yeah.
with more money, and they're an extremely ready fan base for
Elite
good
football.
football. So
Yeah. Well, coming up, we get into our Versus segment and a very special guest, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Alrighty, welcome back to the One and O Sports Show. Now we're heading into our second block, the Versus block. We have special guest Aiden Urbach here joining us to judge our clips for some of the best and worst plays that happened this week. So, Aiden, are you excited to be on here?
I am. This is a very weird experience because I'm usually on your guys' aisle. I usually get ridiculed very much on Twitter and the TSTV Instagram page for my laziness when it comes to videos, but I'm going to watch you guys like a hawk.
Thank you.
We're going to turn this into Hell's Kitchen, starring me, Chef Aiden Urbach. Let's get going. Let's get going.
Alrighty, so let's head into our first play of today's block.
Don't choke.
It's going to be the NFL Week 11, best NFL Week 11 play. The one that I chose this week is Mark Andrews' fourth down sneak.
Didn't know
See
he
him
was still
there,
playing.
fake tush push, flips around, hits the gap, takes off for a long touchdown run, and that gives the Ravens the lead against the Browns. And then Shadur played in that game, kind of gave him
Yeah. After his house got broken into.
a nail in the coffin, a nail in the coffin there
It's
for
Cleveland.
that. So.
It's not Los Angeles. Yeah, that was very nice, Graybiel. I'm sure. I don't know what his speed is on Madden, but if he has like a 70, then that's a disservice to him.
Yeah,
Because that was very
like
fast. You know, that was like a Jamal Lewis, a little throwback, a little Jamal Lewis run. Very nice. I didn't even know he was still playing. I thought he was on the IR like he always is. But let's go to you,
Okay,
Kate.
my
Nice,
turn.
Graybiel.
Let's pull it up. I have the Browns' Devin Bush tipped off
Okay.
of Keaton Michael. There he goes. Tipped off, catch it, and for a pick six. I don't remember how many yards he has, but quite a few.
Wow, that is
pretty good play.
Yeah, and that's probably the play of the Browns season so
It
far.
might honestly
you know?
be, yeah, the play of the
right?
season.
Exactly,
Yeah.
or the history of the Browns franchise, because it's been a dumpster fire. That was a good one, Kate. I really like it. I didn't even know Devin Bush is on the Browns now. He was a
is.
great player at Michigan.
He was.
Yeah, that was two good ones, and I'm gonna have to give it to Graybiel. I mean, that tight end, that
Yeah,
run.
that was a
I
good
mean,
play.
yeah. If it was like a 99-yard
Yeah.
house call, maybe like a James Harrison, what we saw on the Super Bowl, then yeah, you get my nod
get
there.
it.
But Graybiel, you get the dub right there. Let's move on.
Appreciate it, man. So let's move on to the next play, best NBA play from this past week. I don't watch much NBA, but the one that I chose is going to have to be Wembanyama with the self alley-oop here. Spins around, throws it off the backboard, and just yams it down right
Wow.
there all over the Golden State Warriors.
Was his head above the rim there?
He was chirping at Draymond Green earlier in that game, and man, Wemby just so dominant. Unfortunately, he's out with an injury now, and I know our EP Santiago is not too fond of Wembanyama, but me personally, I love seeing what Wemby's doing.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a generational talent at his finest. That was a great play. Sad to see where he's at right now, and I'm glad he gave Draymond Green. I feel like Draymond Green's always spooning trash talk, like with Steven Adams. I feel like that was good from Victor. So great job, Graybiel. Kate, what do you have for me?
Yeah, so I know I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. He's on the Hawks. It's Akinowa.
Yeah.
So look at this dunk.
Yeah.
I mean, passes it down, and he just goes and just dunks it. I mean, no one's blocking him at this point. Just goes absolutely up and just dunks it.
Wow. Yeah. That is impressive. I am a fan of dunks. I actually probably watch more dunk highlights than I do watch the NBA.
Probably.
So, but those were two great plays. But when you have a player that does his own
Okay.
alley-oop,
Yeah.
and it's also Wemby, and
Yep.
I like Wemby too. I like me some
Fine.
Wemby. I don't know who that guy is.
Hey, he's a great player on the Hawks.
Yeah,
What I
that's
know
great.
of.
I'm not from Atlanta, so but
He went to Georgia.
again, I'm not from Atlanta. But Graybiel, again, that was another dub. But Kate, great job.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
hope you get a bounce back
I know.
now.
I think I really like this one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But hey, to credit y'all, you're doing better than I am at this. This
Okay.
is this is my Achilles heel. I never win this, and you guys are light years ahead of me.
Oh,
but
thank
let's
you.
see what you guys have now. I believe you guys have college football.
Yes.
So can someone take
Yeah.
it in?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into my college football play of the week. It's going to have to go to this Oregon touchdown here. Late in the second quarter, the running back just bounces off people, fighting through his O-lineman, pushes him out of the pile.
Oh my
and he
gosh.
just keeps
that's
running.
right. Okay.
This is the play where he fumbles it and then recovers his own fumble, I think, in the end zone, which is pretty crazy.
Wait, so he
I
fumbled
think
it?
I think what happened is that he fumbled it at the goal line and then recovered it, but nobody really noticed.
Wow.
Oh.
Did you
It was a touchdown there for the Oregon Ducks. That was pretty crazy
Last
on
night-
Friday night.
Graybiel, did you just watch like a bunch of Sports Center top 10 and you just stole all these clips, or did you like do your due diligence
Hey,
there?
Let's not get into the specifics of the clips that I
Okay.
Alright.
Because they're very good right now. That was another great play. And I don't really watch Oregon football that much.
me either.
So I shouldn't probably be saying this as a future sports broadcaster, but that was a great play, Graybiel there. A little like kind of Barry Sanders, where he had like no offensive line and he was just trucking defenders that were like 200 pounds ahead of him, making them look like babies. Yeah, that was a great play. And we'll interesting to see how Oregon does panning into the college football playoff picture. Kate, what do you have for me?
Well, I was really proud of this. Maybe not so much anymore. It was the Oklahoma Eli Bowen 87-yard pick six to give OU the early lead in the game. Is my clip coming? Oh, here it goes. Pick six. He catches it and he's like, oh, I'm running the ball now. And this gave, in the first quarter, gave the early lead 10-0 early in the game for Oklahoma. And we all know Oklahoma ended up beating Alabama 87 yards. You said my last drive wasn't enough yards. Was this enough yards? for you
Yeah,
now?
don't
87
let
yards?
Texas jersey fool
Yeah.
you.
Mhm. I mean, it's a great play.
I'm not an OU fan
No,
by
me
any
either.
means, but that was a great play.
Yeah,
When you you have to give credit to
And early
OU.
in the first quarter,
exactly
too,
in
to beat
Bryant Denny
Alabama.
Stadium.
Yeah.
that
Early in the first
that
quarter.
is pretty good. Kate, I'm gonna give you it.
Thank you.
Yeah, as a defender, get one on the board. But let's see what you guys have in store for the next clip.
Yeah, the next one we have the worst umpire slash ref mistake or just biggest blooper, and this one it was kind of hard to pick, but I went ahead and picked the state trooper at A&M,
Yeah.
just shoving the South Carolina player, kind of just unprovoked there, just throws the elbows out. South Carolina's just kind of chilling there right before halftime, I believe that is, after a touchdown. So I just chose that as the biggest blooper because I found it pretty funny. I know somebody that works with the DPS, and it was pretty hilarious seeing that this guy just kind of lost his cool there. Not a common mistake, but a mistake that shouldn't be made. I found it hilarious because it was at A&M.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that is that's astronomical that a law enforcement officer, you never see those plays, so
No.
that's like a 1 in a million moment there. I did see that play live, and I was shocked that he did that.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised, in this day and age, these guys, especially from South Carolina, I'm surprised they didn't, dog him or anything. But great play, Graybiel. And Kate, what do you have for me?
So when getting this question, I was originally going to pick the state trooper at A&M,
Oh.
but I realized Graybill took it, so I went the different route and did the worst ref mistake. It's the pass interference on the Eagles versus Lions. Rocky Sen got called on a pass interference. Look at that. That was a pass interference.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That is.
That was a pass interference call. A.J. Brown, the Lions head coach. I thought I put the clip of the Lions head coach just losing his ever-loving mind on the sideline. He took the
Absolutely,
heads on, just threw it down.
absolutely. And I just want to say I'm a firm believer that, just like how in baseball now we have like the robots, why not NFL?
Yeah.
Every time I see Gene Steratore, dating back to the Packers-Cowboys game in 2014, I think we need to have robots now. I'm a firm believer
You know
in
that
that.
pass was complete.
Is it incomplete pass?
No, that was a complete pass. And ever since then, my
You know it
firm
was too, Raymond.
my firm hate for refs continues, and that just goes to show against the Eagles too.
Yeah, against I don't understand how that's
I
pass interference.
like it, but this kind of is a ref block. So Kate, I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
give you it
Thank you.
there. And
There was still 4 minutes.
yeah, and
Hey, you
Did the
thought
E-
that was a pass interference?
did the Eagles
ahead.
did the Eagles win?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, they
Oh,
did
okay.
win. Yeah.
Actual devil magic.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
talking about Packers Cowboys 2014.
Yeah, so we're gonna make that the biggest blooper since the Eagles won. We're gonna make that the biggest ref blooper out of the block. That was the greatest play, Kate.
Thank you.
So, Kate, you get the point. Do we have one more?
Yes,
We
we
do
do.
have one last
Okay,
one.
great. A little
because
tiebreaker.
Right now we are tied here in our versus segment. So let's head into our
Totally not
last
scripted.
best miscellaneous sports play of the week. So let's head into mine with this soaring dunk by Baylor as they're here moving in transition, and he just yams that thing down.
Jesus.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That
My
is-
goodness, just tomahawk
Oh my
chopped
gosh.
down there.
And he got slammed too.
Wow, actually unbelievable there. I could not believe what I saw when I was looking at these highlights. So I'm just gonna have to pick that one.
I like that soundbite, by the way, too. I think
Appreciate
that
it.
just added more
Appreciate it.
to the fire.
I've had a long day here today. I've had a long morning, so I'm trying to get it out.
Yeah, no, you definitely, went for the bag there. Yeah, that was a nice little jump there. That was like near the free throw line too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That
I
was
couldn't
was
believe what I
crazy.
saw.
Yeah, and this can. Yeah, great job, Graybiel. Let's enough with the tomfoolery.
Okay,
Okay, let's be
well,
professional here.
Aiden, do you know anything about Canadian soccer?
I do not. I
Well,
didn't even know Canada
Me
had a soccer
either
team.
until watch this. Okay, then I'll explain it. Look how snowy it is.
Oh.
Wait for it.
Holy.
That was the winning
Did
goal.
you get this off ESPN, the Ocho?
No, it
No.
was on a news article. So I'm scrolling on TikTok late last night trying to figure out what I can do for this, and this showed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This is the play. This Canadian soccer player, his name is David Rodriguez. It is named the Icicle Kick, Ottawa's final game, and this kick was the game-winning to win the championship for the Ottawa Canadian Soccer League.
That was impressive.
Yeah, and they had to keep plowing the snow off during the game. So usually they don't stop soccer games.
Yeah.
But they were stopping that soccer game because the snow was so heavy that
Yeah.
the players couldn't kick the ball.
But you're not stopping that. That was pretty tenacious there.
Yeah.
I mean, a bicycle kick in itself is
It's
even
insane.
hard. I really don't watch soccer, but I know that's tough. Yeah.
And when it's snowing.
Yeah, and if I did a bicycle kick, I'd probably get paralyzed from
Yeah.
the neck down because I just don't have that gravity. But those were two great clips. But I love your diligence, Kate. I mean, to do that, to
Thank you.
pull the cat out of the bag. I don't even know where did you get that clip?
And I was scrolling on TikTok.
TikTok.
It was in between Cam Scavito's like weird lives, and then this popped up. So
Well, shout out to TikTok there and your diligence. Gabriel, that was a great play, and I think Baylor's going to be a great team as the season moves on. But yeah, Kate.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
my first one.
Any little,
I FaceTime. I would like to thank TikTok and me scrolling on it very late at night to find this clip. And go Canadian soccer! You got a lifelong fan now.
Absolutely, yeah. Shout out, and they're more than just a hockey and
Yes.
rowing sport.
Yeah, and
so,
rugby. Yeah.
Great job, Kate. Great job, Graybill. To the whole TSTV crew for having me. Thank you guys for having me here. So
Thank
great.
you.
Alrighty, we'll see you all after the break. We're back. No, not yet.
No, go.
All right, we're back. I can't see anything. There's giant cameras in the way on the TV, so bear with us. So let's head into our C block here. Texas football took on the number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs, as we all know. Kate,
Very sad.
unfortunately, I was there in person to see that, and they lost 35-10. The game was close until the fourth quarter, but then Georgia scored 21 straight points, including the surprise onside kick that sealed the game. So, Kate, I'm going to have to ask you, where does Texas go from here?
I honestly don't really know, but I know for one that they have to beat Arkansas and A&M. Talking about the Georgia game, I mean, it wasn't Arch Manning's problem. I think we can all agree that on Yik Yak that it was not Arch Manning's problem.
Yik yak. That's crazy.
The receivers of Moore, Livingstone, and Wingo, it was truly They had a funk, and I hate that this game against Georgia was the funk game, but I think this is going to be it. They're going to be back. They're going to be strong for Arkansas tomorrow. Hey, the game is apparently sold out, so I guess people are staying in Austin for this part of Thanksgiving break. And I think A&M, I mean, we got to beat A&M, and I really think we will. I think being in DKR, we're going to beat them, and then who knows what the college football gods have in store for us as we go into playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there that they are going to have to win out, obviously. Yeah. If they lose, the season is obviously over. And I also believe that they will. I mean, Arkansas, they have to come to DKR. People are going to be upset after what happened last week, and I believe the football team's going to be upset with it as well. I think they're going to get – I think they might get the help they're looking for, though. I think that OU might slip up against Mizzou this weekend, and they do play LSU. That one's at home, though, the following weekend. And then who knows? I mean, the Big 12 could just be a one-bid league. The ACC could be a one-bid league. Next thing you know, teams are falling out. And if you're looking at a 3-loss OU team, maybe even with a 3-loss Alabama team along with Texas, it's going to be up to the community to decide who they want.
Yeah, it's really helping that all these other teams have 3 losses as well as us. But now talking about head coach Steve Sarkisian has been under fire all season for many of his post-game remarks. Play the clip. Recently, Stark was asked if the team underperformed. What do you think about that, Gabriel? Has the Texas team underperformed?
Okay. I mean, I guess that's into who voted us number one.
There we go.
Alrighty.
So do you think the team has underperformed?
Not necessarily. I believe that they didn't live up to the hype in the preseason, but I mean, all along I kind of thought it was unwarranted. Obviously, the back-to-back semifinals and Arch Manning, but Arch Manning hadn't played much, and it was a totally revamped team from last year to this year. I mean, he doesn't have veteran wide receivers like Matthew Golden, Isaiah Bond to go along with, like a guy like Gunnar Helm. He has a whole bunch of new talent surrounding him. So I believe that, you know, this year is kind of like the 2022 Texas year. The year one under Quinn Ewers, first year in the system, you know, as the guy. Obviously, he gets hurt against Alabama, but he did show promise in that first game. That's like if you put this year's high expectations on that 2022 team, you know, it's kind of similar. So I believe that they can look past this, obviously finish off the year strong, maybe win a good bowl game or even sneak into the playoffs. But I believe in Arch Manning and Steve Sarkisian next year and the following year if Manning does stay for a third year, which at this point could be possible. But I believe that he can get it done here in Texas. So they've underperformed to the preseason hype, but they performed almost as expected for a team that's kind of just revamped and almost a retool kind of year.
I completely agree with everything you said, Gabriel. Yeah, Texas underperformed in maybe the media standpoint, but they played strong. I mean, it's not like they're playing weak. They're all against tough competition. Manning took too long to be a good quarterback, in my opinion, and that's why I really think that's helped with this media fuel of, oh my gosh, they underperformed. The loss against Florida was the main reason people think to the OT against Mississippi and Kentucky. But Stark's comment in one of his press conferences really stood out to me. Quote, I guess that's who voted us number one. So it is all the people who thought that we deserve to be number one going into the season. And I mean, yeah, you could agree with the media side that we underperformed, but when you really look at this Texas team, like you said, we're I guess a younger team. We don't have those veteran receivers that we used to have. Arch Manning, sure, he played a little bit last year, but all the pressure he had to be the starting quarterback. And I do agree. I think he will come back for a third year, and maybe this third year is just going to be a really, really good one. Finish out the season strong. Will beat A&M next year, I think. I mean, where would he go, honestly, if he's not staying at Texas?
Arch Manning isn't going anywhere. I mean, honestly, a lot of y'all are lucky they're going to be staying here for 3 years of Arch Manning. But moving on into the next question. So Texas volleyball wrapped up their season finishing 21-2. Very impressive there. The Longhorns now head into Savannah, Georgia for the SEC Championship Tournament. So Kate, what are your expectations for this team in this tournament?
I think they're going to be a really good team. They're going to enjoy some of the bye games off that they have being ranked so high. I think that Texas will play Missouri, and then Texas will beat Missouri, and then Texas will play Texas A&M again. quoting what Emma said earlier today, or earlier this week on College Press Box, is that this is going to be a neutral site
Yep.
for the team. That I really think Texas is going to have the motivation to beat A&M. Like everyone says, it's hard to beat a good team twice, referring to Kirk last year when Georgia played Texas. And I think that this team's going to be really, really good. This whole season has been good, coming off the kind of, I wouldn't say bad season of last year, but maybe not the best one that they've had in all previous years. But I think Texas is going to go to the finals. If they play Kentucky, not really sure about that. But I think Texas will definitely go to the finals, and I think they will play Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I think they're gonna play with a chip on their shoulder, especially after how last year kind of ended prematurely, and they were coming off of back-to-back national championships, I believe. So that early exit the year before is just going to just fuel them going into postseason play, where they want to start winning more championships again. They know that's the standard here in Texas, and I mean, the teams they lost to are going to be potential opponents later in the tournament. So especially at Texas A&M, I know that they're going to have something extra when they play Texas A&M if they do end up playing them. So I believe that they can go all the way and win this SEC tournament. I believe that they just, they've looked good all season long, and it's just other than one bad week, and they got
Kentucky
the two
and A&M.
losses.
Yeah.
They've been unstoppable, so I think they're going to be able to find that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll be back to do our 10 and 10. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the One and O Sports Show. Now we're moving into our 10 in 10 segment, 10 topics, 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and get it started. 10 minutes, let's go. Kate, will the Chiefs still make the playoffs?
I honestly don't think so. Looking at their schedule, they play the Colts on Sunday. They'll beat the Colts, I think. Then they play the Cowboys. Hot topic, I think the Cowboys might beat the Chiefs.
Oh.
I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it on Thanksgiving. Cowboys are going to beat the Chiefs. Texans are going to beat the Chiefs. Chargers, they won't beat the Chiefs. Titans won't beat the Chiefs. Broncos will beat the Chiefs. And the Raiders, I'm going to say they're going to beat the Chiefs. Chiefs not making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs.
Oh.
I still believe in Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has been one of the best quarterbacks, this generation. Better than Jordan Love, son. Shut your mouth.
Wow.
Anyways, so Patrick Mahomes is going to, I think he's going to, do a little bit of Mahomes magic, and he's going to find a way to win some of the games that they probably shouldn't have won. So I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs still making the playoffs. So let's get into our second topic, CFB rankings. What are your opinions on these recent rankings?
I mean, they're fine. Not the biggest fan. Oklahoma, what's Oklahoma sitting right now? I think they're like 9-ish, 7-ish. I don't think they should be that high just because we beat them, and I guess we're not in favor with the college football ranking gods right now. I don't think Oklahoma should be that high. Off my memory, Miami's on there, but I guess just because the ACC is absolutely terrible that I guess Miami's on there. Tulane, if Tulane makes the college football playoffs, I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind because it's gonna be the same thing as Florida State being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't make the college football playoffs, and then Georgia absolutely destroys them. My hot take.
Yeah, the CFP rankings, let's go with Notre Dame. Notre Dame, why are they still hanging around?
Yeah.
Who have they beat? I mean, they played the Texas School for the Blind and the hearing impaired. I guess those are quality wins whenever you lose to A&M and Miami. And Miami's not even that good either. They lost 2 games, and Miami's all the way up there, and they're not even going to win the ACC. And that's the only way they can get in because right now it doesn't look like they're jumping Notre Dame and or BYU or Utah. So they're just kind of in limbo, and whoever's going to win the ACC is just going to take it over them. So
All right.
let's go ahead and get into the next one.
Bryce Young. What are you thinking about that, Graybill?
Bryce Young, I guess he's a quarterback in the NFL or something.
Yeah. Carolina Panthers? Never heard of them.
I guess the Panthers are doing pretty good. My Wi-Fi's slowing down, so. Yeah, there you go, Rod Wave. Ever since Rod Wave gave him a call, I don't know. Panthers right now is sitting second in the NFC South. Very winnable conference with it's really just them and the Panthers. So, what are your thoughts on Bryce Young?
Yeah, I know that the Panthers won against the Saints, and I guess that's not like a crazy win, but apparently Bryce Young did really, really good, and so that's how this whole discussion kind of started, that apparently the Carolina Panthers news article is saying that he's on top of Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, and Aaron Rodgers. Pretty debatable if Bryce Young is better than them, but I think he's on the up and high. Coming from Alabama, he was expected to be this great quarterback, and he's not, and I guess they're trying to prove that he can be, but he's not. Just say he's not.
Alrighty, Kate, into the next one. Is LeBron retiring anytime soon?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not the biggest basketball watcher and definitely not a fan of the Lakers in general, but I think LeBron could definitely do the whole step back, big PR move, giving his son the opportunity to do good on the Lakers. Is he even on the Lakers team?
Yes.
He still is? Okay, well, that's good for him, I
don't
guess.
watch the NBA
I don't. Not a fan of the Lakers anyway, but I could see LeBron taking a step back and giving his son the opportunity to shine. A very PR move, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think LeBron, he's got a year or 2 left.
Yeah.
He's got one more in him at least. I love seeing LeBron play, even though I don't watch the NBA much, but it's just crazy to think that every single one of us in this room, for as long as we've been alive, LeBron has been in the NBA. It's actually crazy to fathom. I think a quarter century, at least for him, 25 years would be insane, and I think he can get there to just say that he did it for that long, for how great he's been. Maybe he wins another ring. Who knows with how Luka's been playing. But let's get into the next one. Kate, favorite Thanksgiving dish? This was a question on Crossfire earlier this week. So,
and if you heard me, I screamed ham's better than turkey, and I'm going to live up to that. I am not a turkey fan, hate turkey, ham is so much better, but Thanksgiving dish in a whole, I'm going to have to say a pecan pie. I love a good pecan pie for dessert. It's really all the kids. Do they really eat the meal if you're just going straight to the dessert? That's more me. I go straight for dessert. Pecan pie, give it to me.
All right, I have 2 right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with a good homemade mac and cheese. Man, a good homemade mac and cheese just hits the spot on Thanksgiving. You know, especially with the, you know, the noodles just fills you up a little bit more. And man, good mac and cheese. But Hawaiian rolls, I love a good Hawaiian roll on Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna have to go with those two. So next, Kate, for you, Drake May.
Drake May.
What are your thoughts on Drake May?
I'm honestly Drake May's biggest fan right now. I'm honestly maybe a little bit a bigger fan of his wife, in my opinion. Drake May, I mean, absolute stud on the Patriots coming back. I'm a fan of Drake May. I think he's was really a rising star coming up, and give me Drake May. I'm a fan of him.
I don't know much about Drake May. I just know he went to UNC, I believe, and
Because he played basketball.
that
That's
was
why
Luke
he
May.
wanted. Luke May.
He has a brother named
Yeah,
Luke
he
May.
does. But didn't he also play basketball?
Luke Drake May. He did play, but
because he
it
wanted
was-
to go UNC play basketball, but he chose
Yeah,
football.
but
okay.
Drake May, I mean, he's brought the Patriots back from the depths,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't believe the Patriots are going to be good again.
Yeah.
This is actually crazy. So next, is the Macy's Parade worth the hype? I'll start off with this one. Heck no.
No.
Who watches that? Who watches that? It's on every year. It's like, hey guys, let's wake up and watch
Yeah.
the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's just 1,000 people walking down the street doing the same exact thing, holding up a big giant floaty or playing some music. Guys, it's not all that.
Yeah, the most interesting thing about the Macy Parade is if, like, the balloon, like, flies off or something. If there's a mistake, that's the only reason people watch the Macy's Day Parade, is waiting for the mistake to happen. I'm a hater of it, too. All right, now, best study spot on campus, in your opinion?
So me personally, I don't study a lot. I am a J
Oh,
student,
big
so
dog.
and all my core stuff was done, so I don't study at all. So I would say my favorite study spot is just right there in my room, my bedroom. You know, nothing much else like to do. Just sit there with the laptop and do some work whenever I need to do work. So I'm gonna just have to go with that. I don't study much.
Well, I have to gatekeep my favorite study spot because it is me and the same 5 people every single time I go there, and there's like no one. So I do personally have to gatekeep my favorite spot because I gotta save my 5 new best friends. Never talk to them, but it's the same 5 people every single day. But my second favorite spot is actually in the Welch building. It's like the science building. They have their own little library, and the couches are very, very comfortable. And usually it's very quiet, and I feel smart studying as a journalism student in the science building.
All right, to the next one. This one, EP Santiago gave us this question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Kirk Herbstreit's dog?
I mean, Peter, what a dog. Even Ben, rest in peace. I just can't believe that the dogs are able just to roam all around a college game day set. Do they have like a pet watcher? I don't know. Biggest fan. He's bigger than Kurt, however you say his last name at this point. I can never say it right.
I personally don't mind the dogs. They're all right. I mean, they're just chilling there, right? They're there for
Hater.
Kirk Herbstreit's personal
Herbstreit.
support. So there's nothing really wrong with the dogs. I mean, they're pretty cool, pretty sick. You know, the gimmick kind of wears down after a little bit, but they're still pretty sick. I mean, it's pretty interesting to see. So last question, Kate: IG Reels or TikTok? Which one do you prefer?
Oh, TikTok all the day. I hate how people are like, I love Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels suck. Okay? TikTok is so much better. TikTok is the OG. Instagram Reels, I hate how you can see people like what you liked. I'm sorry. Some of this questionable stuff my brother likes, I don't want to be seeing that on Instagram Reels. So that's why I'm a TikTok fan. I don't have to see what my brother likes.
Yeah,
opinion.
so in me personally, I do love TikTok. TikTok, I mean, you just like mindlessly
Yeah.
start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I do also don't like the feature in IG Reels that people can see what you like. I feel like that's pretty weird. Like
Yeah.
you could just mindlessly like something one
Yeah.
day. You can mindlessly like something one day, and the next thing you know, people are asking you like, "Why did you like this?"
100%.
So I feel like that's kind of weird. So I have to go with TikTok.
Gabriel,
It's-
how many hours of TikTok do you spend a day
Oh my
on?
goodness.
That's the real
Probably
question.
four-ish, maybe.
Yeah, I might be with
I
you.
don't do much outside of this stuff, guys. I'm sorry. So I think we finished our 10 and 10 with
Yes.
45 seconds to spare. Probably the fastest anybody's ever done it. I know we have some yappers on the One and Know Sports Show. So don't go anywhere. We're coming up after the break. We got our pick'em segment. Gonna pick some of the best games this weekend. Don't go anywhere after the break. Alrighty, welcome back to the One and O Sports Show. This is our last block of the day, and it's the best block, Pick'ems. We're gonna pick, I believe, 10 games this weekend. So let's get right into it with our very special guest, Georgie Ruiz, coming on to make some picks.
I'm really excited. Also, I do want to say the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is actually really good, guys, okay? The bands, the balloons, the special performances. You don't have to sit and watch it, but having it in the background while you prepare Thanksgiving dinner, just want to put that out there. But we can get started.
Alrighty, well, our first game today on Pick'ems is going to be this weekend's game, Missouri at Oklahoma. So let's start with Kate. Kate, who are you going to go with this weekend?
I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I know that you potentially might have Missouri in their favor, but Oklahoma coming off of this great win against Alabama. John Mateer, I mean, I feel like he's feeling good. The quarterback, Bo Pribula, I believe they say it on Missouri, is apparently questionable. Saw that yesterday, that he might not even play, and we all know how that went down. Texas OU, when they do play, they're not as good, so I think Oklahoma is going to pull this out.
I would honestly have to agree with Kate as well, with just Oklahoma. They had dominated the matchup last year. And also I figured out that it used to be called the Tiger Sooner Peace Pipe Trophy. That used to be like a little rivalry they used to do. But Oklahoma, unfortunately, just because of my fan base, is looking really, really good. They have a lot of, especially just coming off a win on Bama, the momentum is going. But Missouri also has some momentum, so they are going to be, it's going to be good. But what do you think, Grabe?
Yeah, I'm looking at your notes here, and it does say that Missouri did beat OU last year. That was a chaotic win for Missouri last year. I remember that one. I had to dig into the archives to remember that one. But I'm going to have to go with Missouri this weekend. I think Oklahoma's riding the high of winning last week. I don't even think this game is in Oklahoma, is it? I swear it's in Missouri.
It is in Missouri.
Yeah, it is in Missouri.
It says Missouri at Oklahoma. So they're going to have to go to Missouri. 2:30 kickoff. Gets dark a little early. I mean, they had the aura for the Texas A&M game, Missouri, and I believe if they're able to have that kind of momentum,
Oh, never mind. It's
I
in
think
Oklahoma.
Is
They
it?
played Missouri last year.
I could have swore it was something like that, right? I don't know.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Anyways,
Either way.
I'm gonna pick Missouri. They're gonna upset them end OU season because Texas will end up jumping in front of them. So we need Missouri to win.
Yeah.
Next question, Grabiel, starting off with you. USC at Oregon. Who are you picking?
Again, you might notice with some of these picks that I'm picking teams for Texas to end up jumping ahead of. Right now, the biggest thing for Texas would be for an Oregon win here. As much as I don't, vibe with Oregon as much. Dan Lanning's a cool guy, but just the team in general, don't really like him that much. I used to, but I'm gonna have to go with Oregon. They're gonna be. We need them to beat. Texas needs them to beat USC, so USC can get knocked out of the race, and that is one more team Texas can just jump ahead of, heading into Black Friday, the Black Friday game against Texas A&M. So I'm gonna have to go with Oregon this weekend.
I'm going to, not to just be agreeing, but no, I'm going to agree with Oregon as well. They have won the last 3 straight meetings since they won, and USC hasn't won in Eugene since 2011, according to an article that I saw. But also, USC is also on the road, and this is a very big playoff implication game. However, the Oregon Ducks are looking good, and a little bit biased. I love that mascot Puddles. He's so funny. So Oregon for me. But what about you, Kate?
I'm gonna have to say Oregon. Grabiel, you agree with me. We need, for Texas fans, we need Oregon to beat USC to help in the playoff rankings. Oregon has absolutely great defense. Dante Moore for Oregon, their QB, is absolutely fantastic. Even though USC has a decent offense with Jaden Mavia, I think Oregon's gonna pull this out, and I need Oregon to pull this out for Texas.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
Great picks all around, guys. We all picked the same team, so let's see how that one goes. So in our third matchup, we have number 13 Miami at Virginia Tech. Let's start off with Georgia here. Who do you got for this
I
one?
really do like Miami, and I do like this segment because it's the only type of betting I will ever do. So they do lead this little rivalry that they have, and Miami is a very much stronger team. And Virginia's rushing offense is actually a lot better this year. However, I feel like with the Miami's with the Hurricanes defense, I feel like it's going to be really hard to get through it, especially if it's going to be at Virginia. Virginia, they do have a really good home stadium. However, Miami has been known to go into these stadiums and be able to capitalize on that. So yeah, I'm going to take Miami.
I'm going to go with Virginia Tech, honestly. I think this James Franklin news is really just going to bring the team going, have good energy all around for the Hokies. And I think the defensive line can really shake up Carson Beck. We know Carson Beck is not that good in the pocket. His line is not the strongest, and the defensive line, from my research on Virginia Tech, is quite decent. So I really think if this defensive line can get into Carson Beck, I think the Hokies could pull this game out.
Yeah, as much as I would love to see Carson Beck and Miami lose, I think they're gonna
100%.
I think they're just gonna beat Virginia Tech. It's an 11 a.m. kick, so the atmosphere around that Virginia Tech campus might be a little low, especially with the 3-7 team right before the fall break. If they even have that there in Virginia Tech, I don't know which day they get out. So I think Miami's going to go in there. They're going to pull out a win, typical Miami fashion. But like I said before, they're capped in terms of the CFP. It's not looking good for them unless they get in that large bid, and even then, the committee's saying that Notre Dame is still better than them, even though they have the head-to-head win.
Don't understand that.
So I'm gonna have to go with Miami for that one.
Miami here?
All right, next game, TCU at Houston. Georgie, what you thinking?
I would love to say that TCU can pull off the win against Houston. However, Houston is looking a lot of better, and TCU is in a bit of a slump as well. And just with Houston going in, I know I didn't do too much research into Houston, but even just seeing their play style and everything, it's just something that TCU really does lack. And in these type of matchups, it's going to show super early. So I know Houston's going to win, but what I expect to happen is, honestly, in the beginning, just Houston already putting up a lot of points in the first quarters, in the first half alone. So TCU, they're going to lose, but I just hope they at least put up a fight and make it like an interesting game. But what about y'all?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Houston as well.
Yeah.
Connor Wigman, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Weeman. He's been playing pretty good for Houston. I think they're at like 8-2 right now. I could be
Yeah,
wrong
they're.
on
I
that.
mean, they're on the rankings.
They-
Top
they're
25.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been performing pretty well, especially for a team in the Big 12. I don't think they're gonna make the conference championship. Obviously, it's gonna be BYU and Texas Tech again. But I'm gonna have to go with Houston. I believe that they're just gonna continue rolling on, and that's kind of momentum that a team like Houston needs. Moving forward, especially with returner or quarterback like Connor Wigman.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Connor Wingman, he's an awesome QB for Houston. We know TCU's running game is very, very weak. We also know that their throwing game is very, very weak. Their red zone is actually one of the worst, college football rankings. They have the worst red zone defense. So I think Houston can definitely profit off of that, and it's going to be a pretty easy win for Houston.
All right, let's move into the next one. I'll start us off here with the game. The Steelers versus the Bears. The Bears, all of a sudden, I saw a Zeet, a tweet, but it's on X now. So
Zeet.
A Zeet. So it said that ever since the Pope has joined
Chicago.
the papacy, whatever they call it,
Papsy.
the Chicago Bears have just been lucking their way into plenty of wins this year, and I think it's going to continue against the Steelers. Yeah, you could say that too, but I will not be saying that on air. But the Bears have been playing really well and squeaking out some of these wins. And Aaron Rodgers looks like he's so ancient that his hand just won't help, and it's not even his throwing hand, so he might not even play on Sunday. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bears.
He's going to play. Yeah, I'm actually going to go with the Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to play. Both number one in their division, both very solid teams. Steelers have a strong run game. The whole jumbo package, was doing a lot of research on that. That's pretty interesting. They add an extra lineman in. The Bears have some injury. A lot of their, I believe their O-line is going to be out of this game. So I'm actually going to go the opposite. I'm going to go with the Steelers, have this. Go Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? I was like, y'all covered a lot of ground here, and with the NFL, I did a lot of research with college football, but with the NFL, I kind of like to go off vibes and just stuff. So I'm gonna pick the Bears, just because I have some really good friends who are the Bears, and I did send out this list to in a group chat with all my friends, and they got the biggest votes. So Bears got that one, just because they're gonna overcome that diversity. My friend did say the O-line. He's like, our O-line is blank. However, I feel like we can do it. Bears by 10, I guess, but.
All right, next game, Colts versus Chiefs. Grable, who are you picking?
I'm gonna have to go with the Colts in this one, even though I did pick the Chiefs to make the postseason. I think that they're gonna lose this game, and then typical Chiefs magic are gonna win probably out. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys beat them though.
Cowboys are gonna beat them on Thanksgiving.
But I'm gonna have to pick the Colts. The Colts have just been on fire recently, especially with Indiana Jones. So I'm just gonna have to pick the Colts. I think they're just doing their own thing right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Colts are just better than the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs just aren't a strong team, and I really do just hate the Chiefs with my whole heart for no apparent reason. Give me the Colts. I'm taking the Colts all day.
Well, like my friend said, I hate the Chiefs too, and if I ever vote against them, I will. But, however, she did bring up a good point. It's always these games where you always leave the Chiefs out. You kind of think that they're not going to do anything. They're booty. They're not going to be able to come back. And then that's when they pull out the Chiefs card and the little reverse. And so honestly, with this matchup, and I don't know, is it going to be hosted at?
It's in Kansas City.
It's in Kansas
at
City.
noon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot can swing that way. So just to go against the current, but also just to put it out there, I think the Chiefs might pull it off, honestly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and into the next game, the NFC East showdown between
Yeah.
the Eagles and the Cowboys. A lot of drama surrounding the Eagles in the locker room, and the Cowboys, they bounced back after the bye week and obviously the passing of Nealon. So they bounced back with a win against the Raiders this past Monday. See if they can continue that momentum in a rivalry game back at home. Kate, what do you think?
Can I ask a question? When's the last time the Cowboys beat the Eagles?
It's a new year.
Yeah, so
It's a new year. It's our year.
yeah, when was the last time? I don't really know. I think the Eagles just always are gonna dominate the Cowboys. Yeah, I really have no reason. Jalen Hurts, absolute dog in my opinion. The Eagles are gonna beat the Cowboys.
Okay, Jalen Hurts, a man.
Yeah.
The Eagles, a team. However, I am on the Cowboys side because if this can be the most generational, most inspirational, just run of all time. And also, I don't know if any of y'all see Apple Elementary. It's based in Philadelphia. They're big old Eagles fans. They always goes against the Cowboys. I think that's always so funny. So I am really excited for this matchup. However, I am going for the Cowboys just because I feel like right now they have they're playing for something else, or something bigger than just wanting to win. And with these matchups coming up, especially with Eagles versus Cowboys, the unofficial kind of rivalry, but official rivalry, I feel like they're going to pull it off just in memory of their friend, but also just trying to make a good impression and keep up that momentum that they did in the past game. But
Alrighty, I'll close this out by asking the question: what is Dak Prescott's record at home against the Eagles? He is 6-1. All right, the last time he lost to the Eagles at home was in 2017. I was in middle school, so let's just say Dak Prescott owns the Eagles when he starts at home. I think he's going to continue to do that, especially with the kind of a revamped defense that the Cowboys team has. Me personally, I didn't believe in this Cowboys team all year long, and then all of a sudden they won, and now they might keep on winning. Still hanging on in the race. I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys in this one. They're going to squeak one out. 325 on Fox. Doesn't get any better than that.
it's gonna be a good
It is a
one.
great
I'm
timing.
actually, I'm really
Yeah, that's a
excited
good
for
time.
this. It's
All
gonna be
right,
great.
now moving to the Buccaneers versus the Rams. Georgie starts off.
Okay, I don't know too much. However, I do see y'all's picks, but I am gonna have to go with the Rams just because, like I said, I don't really see too much. But they have been doing really good. I do see a lot of their highlights. Their O line actually I think is one of y'all can correct me. I think is one of the best in the program just because they are very consistent with most of their matchups. So I'm just gonna say Rams. But what about y'all? Y'all can go more in depth.
Yeah, this is going to be an excellent Sunday night football matchup. I mean,
100%.
geez, look at this slate. Colts, Chiefs to start off the day, Eagles, Cowboys in the afternoon, and then Bucks, Rams. Those are two first-place teams in the NFC going at it. Matthew Stafford versus Baker Mayfield. It just has classic
Yeah.
written all over it.
Baker Mayfield.
It has
I'm ready
classic
to see
written
him
all
back
over
in
it on
action.
Sunday night. So, but this one is in SoFi Stadium, so I'm going to have to go with the Rams on Sunday night. But, man, it's going to be an electric one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Matthew Stafford, he can just throw that ball. 2,500 passing yards. The Rams just have it. The Bucs defense isn't as strong that we can see from previous games, and I think this Rams offense is very, very strong with their leader of Matthew Stafford. I think the Rams are just going to pull this out against the Bucs.
You're gonna ram it.
Alrighty, now moving on to the hardwood. What the
Yeah.
NBA? How did
Little
this sneak in
Throw it
here?
in there real
How did
quick.
this sneak in here? But let's move. This game, we got the Nuggets versus the Rockets. This is an NBA Cup game. Apparently, these two teams are in the top 3 in the West.
They
so,
are, yeah.
That is pretty crazy. I know Kevin Durant's been balling out for the Rockets,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
Jokic is doing Jokic things. So I'll go ahead and start us off here. I don't know. I guess this one's at home for the Houston Rockets. So I'm gonna have to go with the Rockets playing at home against a very good Nuggets team. Maybe they can cement themselves as actual like, hey, we're not a fluke. We're legit, and they can beat the Nuggets this weekend.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to agree on that. I do love the Nuggets. I do love their play style. I love Jokic and all that. But however, Kevin Durant, and this, y'all can say it's a hot take, but from what I see on the media, I feel like he's a lot underplayed, and he does make a lot of difference, especially within the move from the Suns to the Rockets. So I feel like just being able to control that momentum, and it's always the pace of the game. So as soon as he starts, the whole team catches up on it, and it's really hard to stop once it gets rolling. So I'm gonna honestly have to take the Rockets, especially being at the home stadium. They have and then they're gonna be hosting the Nuggets. So honestly, I would want to be in there as well because I feel like that would be an amazing game to watch. But what about you, Kate?
I'm going to have to go with the Nuggets. I think Jokovic can really pull it out. I don't think Houston's defense is strong enough. They haven't played enough, I think, strong competition to deal with the power of Jokovic. So I'm going to go with the Nuggets. Even though that the Nuggets are going to the Rockets Stadium in Houston, I still don't think they're going to pull it out. And I think Jokovic is going to be a team leader on the Nuggets, and I think they're going to win.
Alrighty, now one more game for us to pick the best game of the weekend. Obviously, it's going to be Texas versus Arkansas here at DKR. First time Arkansas has been back in DKR since 2008, I believe it is.
2008.
So it's going to be a fun one. I don't think Arkansas has won at DKR since 2003. Could be wrong about that. Did a little bit of research before this. But, so guys, obviously, big game this weekend, obviously, for Texas to keep their playoff hopes alive. They want to win. So I'm going to start off with Kate. Who do you think wins this weekend and why?
I think we've talked about this whole show. Texas is gotta win, and they will win. Even though Arkansas is a good team, Stark pulled out that this past Arkansas team has been getting very close. They're only a couple points lost from Alabama, a couple point loss from Georgia. They are a really, really good team, but I think Texas is upset off of this Georgia team. I think Arch Manning was crying on that sideline. I think crying turns into anger, and I think he wants to win this game for the Texas fans who is taking away from their Thanksgiving break because of the A&M game as well, and I think Texas got to pull out this win against Arkansas, and they will.
I mean, I believe it too. Texas is gonna win. Is it pretty? I'm just hoping it is. That at this point, I know they're gonna win. However, if it's not one thing, it's the other. If it wasn't offense one game, it was Arch. If it's not Arch, it's the O-line. If it's not the O-line, it's Texas just needs to come together and actually make the critical plays and stop making these little mistakes that eventually cost them the game. So they're going to win for sure. However, is it going to be pretty? I pray. I'm praying. Especially a 2:30 game. If you have me out there that early, yeah.
Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and finish us off here. I'm going to obviously choose Texas to win this game. I think Texas... they're going to play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after what happened last weekend. I mean, they were down 4 points heading into the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden they lost by 25. I think that fourth quarter is going to just not sit well with this Longhorns team, and they're going to just take it all out on this Arkansas team, especially with their record. And, they have played SEC opponents close, but they did get blown out by Notre Dame, and if Texas wants to be that kind of caliber of a team, they need to blow out Arkansas like Notre Dame did. So, and obviously blowing out Arkansas would help in, winning the A&M game by a score, maybe even 2, could help you out in the CFP resume wise. But it should be a fun one in DKR. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. It should be a fun one.
It's not going to rain. Saturday says clear skies.
Oh.
It's going to rain Friday and Sunday, but Saturday's clear skies.
Okay, but it better not. That humidity better not mess with me, man.
Oh, yeah,
I swear,
but
I'm gonna be so sticky.
it should be a good time in DKR if anybody's able to get out there before you head home for the fall/Thanksgiving breaks. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of 1-0. Don't forget to join us on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. for next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for a new episode of College Press Box, and in a couple weeks, Wednesday, live at 9 p.m. for a new episode, Tournament of Champions in College Crossfire, and then obviously when we get back in a couple of Fridays, another episode of the 1-0 Sports Show. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Woo!